We're going to move on now to our next questions, which are the participant questions. These are questions that were sent in beforehand for our panel. The ones you've just gone through are ones that we kind of prepared beforehand. And for this one, the question is, I coach junior cyclists for track racing. This year we have a deaf 8-year-old in the mix. We include him in all activities, but I'm just wondering if there are any special ways to teach him different aspects of cycling. He does have a cochlea, but still finds it difficult to hear us. Now I'm going to unmute Tom first, because in our rehearsal for this, Tom actually had some recent experience around this. So I might kick off on this question with Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Yeah, I did. I went to the Deaf Olympics a couple of years ago, and it was a team of about 50 athletes across quite a lot of sports. And the thing that I learned from that experience, having not worked in the deaf area before, was that most of them had an understanding of either sign language, could lip read quite well, or wore their hearing aids except for those periods of competition. There was only one or two in the whole group that, in fact, that didn't lip read. Now, this person is obviously quite young, at 8 years old, and I'd suggest that if he does have a cochlear implant, then you might need to make sure that when you're communicating with him, that it's obviously in an environment where there's not too much background noise, where he's able to hear with his limited ability, you quite clearly. I just want to go back to something that I heard Bill Sweetenham, one of our great swim coaches, say a couple of years ago, where he'd done an analysis of those people that get on the podium at the Olympic Games and World Championships. And he'd sat down and he'd looked through all the records, and in his own assessment he said that only the most skilled people get on the podium. So it's interesting that as coaches, we might look to make people physically better to go faster, but we may overlook that grassroots coaching of actually teaching him the skills and developing those skills from the ground up. And that's something that you just cannot forget to do. It is really important to get the drills right, as John mentioned, and certainly make it in an environment where that person is able to hear you or communicate with you. So, if it's
I'm no cycling coach for sure, but would there be any would there be more emphasis on the kind of manual demonstration type instruction rather than verbal instruction if you're coaching someone, say, who is deaf or hard of hearing?
Yeah, well, it will be something you just have to face on the day. It may be that you can also enlist the assistance of somebody who can sign for you, and I've done that, and that's actually been really, really helpful. And so, this person at 8 years old, I'm not sure what their signing would be, but if you have someone that's in the family that can help you, then that's a great thing to do. But as I said, you've really got to start addressing everything from the ground up, and people learn by all different ways. Obviously, auditory may be the least of their powers here, but visual or doing, are two other ways, and it's a step-by-step process.
Yep, yeah, for sure. Thanks, Tom. I'm going to move.